Well, one thing too, I was just sitting here thinking about Caleb, man, and just seeing him out there fighting and clawing and doing everything he can, and just seeing his frustration. I feel for the kid, but I respect the way he competes, man, and the way he carries himself. He's a tough rookie, man. To really handle everything that he's handled this year, being such a big prospect coming out of college, trying to do the right thing. We had him, I think it was the first or second Sunday night, and I talked to a bunch of his teammates, and they just absolutely loved the guy. And it was genuine. It wasn't like, yeah, man, he's a good guy. He was like, nah, this dude is a real deal. He works hard, and all the stuff that people said about him, he's totally different. So he has the respect of the players in that locker room. They just need to surround him with some better talent, preferably on the offensive line, and then start adding weapons around him. The biggest weapon they're going to have to do, Mike, is they're going to have to upgrade at running back. How do you let David Montgomery walk out the door? And you see the success that he's having with the Detroit Lions. How do you let him walk out the door? And it just shows you the importance of the offensive line. Once again, taking care of that offensive line.
Well, teams, I think, realize this year, even though you can find running backs anywhere coming into the draft, guys that weren't drafted, it's interchangeable parts. Having a special running back is a rarity, and that player needs to be compensated, and that player needs to be kept. The Giants learned it the hard way. The Titans learned it the hard way. The Raiders learned it the hard way. And the Bears, earlier than this year, learned it the hard way with Montgomery, and I think you're going to see fewer teams make that mistake. You mentioned Caleb Williams. He's got 12 losses this year. In 3 college seasons, he had 10 in all. That's part of the adjustment that you have to make in the NFL. I remember when Kyler Murray came out, Peter King made the point that Kyler Murray had lost 3 games his entire life between high school and college. And, you lose 3 games in a month in the NFL, 3 games in a row for the Cardinals, more than once since he's been there. And you just have to, you go from being dominant, even at the college level, you're so much better than your competition. Then you get to a level where everybody's the same. And Caleb has been relentless. He got banged around by the Vikings 11 days ago. Remember, he was like laying down on the bench after he got hit really hard, and he just keeps going. He does have a lot of the qualities, Rodney, that I think you need in a young quarterback to become a franchise quarterback. As we've been saying, you need the coaching and you need the teammates around him to let him elevate to where he's going to be.
Yeah, and he's also got the toughness, the mental toughness. And some of those plays, when he's running, scrambling, and he throws, and I think it was DJ Moore caught that pass late in the fourth quarter. I mean, that was unbelievable. I mean, it takes a special player to be able to make a throw like that. And those are the type of plays that he has in himself. It just has to be more under control. And I think once he gets a good offensive coordinator, somebody that's going to sit down and teach him how to read defenses, teach him how to anticipate, teach him how to read the safeties. Right now, he's just focused on the plays that's in front of him, as opposed to really worrying about what the defense is doing. And when you start to figure out when those safeties start to move and guys start to shift, you know where the blitz is coming from. That's when you see Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and those guys really ripping the defense apart because they've studied it. And that's something that he has to do. He has to really start to elevate, going from, hey, I'm just playing quarterback, to now I'm actually seeing what they're trying to do against me. And that's what Mike McDonald did at the end of the game. Last point, Mike, I make at the end of the game, he just blitzed the heck out of him. He put 7-8 guys on the line of scrimmage. He was bringing nickel backs and defensive tackles, dropping all types of guys, and he was completely confused. So Caleb had to run around like a madman and try to create by himself. And you just can't do that in National Football League. It's too hard, Mike.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.